Hello and welcome to my channel called Swiss Tesla Fan. Today we got a new update. It's a little bit, it's as if Christmas was early, and so we got update 2019.36.2.1, and we're gonna check out the release notes, and then we're gonna drive around a little bit with it and check out what's new. So let's get to the release notes. Okay, so these are the release notes for Switzerland for the Model 3. So I'll go through them in detail because there's quite a lot of interesting stuff here. So it says the driving visualization now displays traffic cones. In case where a traffic cone is detected and navigated autopilot is engaged, the vehicle is designed to suggest a lane change to avoid cones. As always, you are responsible for your vehicle and required to pay attention at all times. So here you'll see, as we're driving, I already tested this a little bit. It also detects other things as traffic cones, so you'll see what I mean by that. Now the other big change is stopping mode. So along with the previously creep and roll, the previous vehicle behavior if creep was disabled settings, a new setting called hold is available as a stopping mode selection. When hold is selected, your vehicle continues to use regenerative braking after decelerating to a low speed and applies vehicle hold after coming to a complete stop. The hold setting maximizes range and reduces brake wear by continuing to provide regenerative braking at speeds lower than approximately 5 miles an hour, so 8 kilometers an hour. So to change your stopping mode, then we'll look at that. Now we also get scheduled departure. So it says it's now easier for your car to have your car comfortable and ready to drive with scheduled departure. For any location, plug in your car and select the time when you want your car to be ready to drive. Once the specified time is set, the car will schedule charging to complete before peak electricity rates begin to reduce energy costs and ensure consistency regenerative braking. So this is something that's interesting for people that can charge at home. This is not something that I can use, so we'll have to, we won't be able to use this. So it says note, scheduled departure will not precondition your car if it has less than 20% battery remaining. That's interesting. So it also automatically starts climate control so the car is comfortable at the departure set time. So yeah, so that can also be useful in the winter time especially. Now the big improvement is the power increase. Your car's power has been increased by approximately 5%, improving acceleration and performance. So I haven't had time to test this in detail yet, but we will try it out on the highway in a few minutes. Automatic navigation. So basically it starts a route to a likely destination when you get in your car. Automatic navigation routes you to locations associated with upcoming calendar events, to work when leaving home in the morning, Monday through Friday, and home when leaving work in the afternoon or evening, Monday through Friday. So basically this you can adjust. You also need to set your home and work addresses. And of course, as always, there's minor improvements and bug fixes. So as you can see, this update has some really interesting stuff in terms of driving. We don't get any entertainment stuff like the previous releases. So this is really a nice release. Let's look at the change for stopping mode. So currently my car is in creep mode, which I actually like when I'm moving around in parking lots and stuff. But we're now going to shift it to the hold mode, which is the new one. And so it says maximize its range by extending regenerative braking to lower speeds and automatically blends in brakes to hold the vehicle at the stop. So this is the brand new mode that just came out, and I thought it was on before, but I was actually still in creep mode. So we're going to discover it together, which will be fun, I hope. All right, so I think that's all we need to look at for the moment, and let's get on the road. Okay, let's get started. So here we're gonna get out of this parking lot quickly. Okay, so I noticed one difference is that we're in hold. Normally I was in creep, so right now when I don't put my foot on the accelerator, the car is not moving. So I need to actually Oh, okay, so yeah, this is behaving really differently already. So it's not in creep mode anymore. I do have to, and it will come to a complete stop if I take my foot off the pedal. So this is completely different mode of driving. So I'm gonna have to get used to it. Okay, so we're gonna go, okay, let's just try here. Yeah, so yeah, okay. So this is really closer to one pedal driving. So basically, if I take my foot off the gas pedal, the accelerator, the car comes to a complete stop. So this is actually something I was kind of looking forward to, and it's interesting to see how it works. Okay, so this means that in theory, you don't have to use the brake pedal at all anymore. I think I can, yeah, I can turn here. Okay, so here I'm all the way to a stop without actually having applied the brakes. So it's applying the brakes by itself. So this is a new habit to develop because it's quite different. So it's currently in hold mode. You can see the little H up here, which means that the brakes are applied. Let's hope we can find some traffic cones somewhere so you can see what's going on. Okay, so here, usually before this update, if I slow down, okay, yeah, so you do have to get used to it. It's really different. If I slow down to 10 kilometers an hour, it would not apply the brakes, so I would have to do it myself. And so I did a video about one pedal driving, and you saw in the beginning of that video, I'll put a link to it, that I had to brake when I was getting down to a certain speed. And here now I don't have to do it anymore. So what this means now is that you have true one pedal driving because you really don't need to apply the brakes anymore. Now I'm guessing that this will also come to the Model X and Model S because there's no reason it wouldn't. But this is a big improvement to the car, in my opinion. It seems like the driver visualization are getting more precise every update. Although that car disappeared for a strange reason. It seems like the car disappearing faster though. Okay, so here I'm gonna again try to, yeah, so it's really a different way of driving. I'll have to see how much I enjoyed this in parking lots, because I did enjoy the creep mode quite a lot. That would prevent me from actually having to put my foot on the gas when I'm really close to stuff. So we'll have to see if oh, there's another Tesla. If I like this or not. Okay, so we're gonna go on the highway to test an acceleration and see if we can tell a difference with the new, because we're supposed to gain 5%. Okay, so at least for roundabouts, seems to work decently. Okay, so here we're going to try an acceleration to 120 kilometers an hour. And maybe I'll try it from a complete stop if nobody's behind me. Okay, so I'm on a complete stop. Let's go. Whoa! Oh yeah, there's a difference. My gosh. Okay, so the difference, not exactly sure, but it seems like it's delivering a little bit more power consistently, but it also seems like in the lower speeds it's delivering more power more quickly. So I could definitely feel a compression that was not there before. So it's only a 5% change, and I was wondering if you could feel it, but yeah, I do feel something. So I'm really interested as to what the official times, what it's done to the official times. I'll have to look that up on the internet, but yeah, it's really amazing that just with a software update, your car's performance is increasing. Let's try to see here if I do a lane change, if I feel it also, but I doubt I feel it here, because the car doesn't accelerate as fast when it's in navigate on autopilot. So unfortunately on this part of the highway, it's funny that I would say this, there's no traffic cones. Okay, so also looking at the car's behavior, it seems to be behaving differently in terms of how it's displaying the lanes. It seems more precise and more reactive overall. Let's see how it sees this merge here. And actually this is interesting, there are two cars that are going really slowly here. How is it going to handle that? So it's braking pretty hard and suggesting a lane change, which is a good thing. Okay. So this guy is going way too slow. But I guess he had trouble accelerating with all that weight. So the car behaved well there. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Seems like this guy on the left also is slowing down. I don't know why. Okay, so they fixed that problem. There was a problem when left lane traffic was slowing down and suddenly the car would start really braking. Seems like they've gotten rid of that. Okay, so I had a little problem with the camera, so I had to stop. Hope it will behave better this time. So basically I'm at a rest stop on the highway, and I'm going to now get out and we're going to try an acceleration again. You missed the one of the entrance for the highway because that's when the camera died. So we're going to try it again here. Hopefully it'll work this time. So again, I'm trying to get used to this whole system, which is very different. It's like driving a different car at times, especially when you're driving around. Okay, so we're going to test an acceleration here. I'm going to go pretty slow, and it has to go fast. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, so there's clearly a curve that's different. Basically, the pressure in the low speed is much higher, as I said before. It's really becoming in the amazing area. I'm curious as to what the performance model will get, because this is already really amazing. I haven't timed it or anything. As you saw, there was some traffic. I had to stop accelerating. But yeah, it's definitely something impressive. So here we're going to try the exit, highway exit, and we're going to see how well it behaves on that. And as usual, it shifts to the right. Yeah, I think it's starting it now to go out the exit. So is it going to put the blinker on earlier? Hopefully. No, still not. So I wish it would put it on. Okay, so let's see how it handles this. Oh, okay, that was weird. Okay, that was not very good. What happened is, I don't know if you saw it, but it started going to the right at first, and then it stopped, and then it went to the right again. And yeah, so clearly these exits are still an issue for the car. Okay, so if you're gonna go to a complete stop, you do have to anticipate it, because it's not exactly the same as applying the brakes. It will continue to move forward a little bit. So this hold mode, it really takes some getting used to. Okay, we're going to try another acceleration here. And I will have to charge the battery tonight because I'm really using it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to let these cars in front move away out of the way, and let's go. Whoa. Alright, so here you can tell, I can actually tell this time that I was putting a lot of pressure on the wheels. I could actually feel the wheels reacting to the pressure, to the torque that the car was putting on it. So this is something I haven't felt before. And basically what I'm doing in these cases is that I'm really flooring it. And you can tell that basically there's a system in the car that prevents the wheels from skidding, and that's basically why you don't get all that torque right away. You do get the instant reaction time, but you don't get all the torque right away because that would just destroy the tires, which is fine by me, and it's actually more comfortable for our drivers. So here we're back on the highway again, and I'm going to try to see if this exit behaves any better. Again, these exits are all a little bit different because we don't have that much space in Switzerland, and so the exits are whatever they can do with them. Here there might be some sun glare for the sensors, so we'll see how it manages that. It wants me to change into a faster lane. I don't know why it says that when it knows it has an exit coming up. Okay, so the car is going to go to the right here, if you can still see the lane, and it's going to do the exit soon. Oh, I have a person behind me going really fast. Okay, I'm going to let it do the exit. Oh, it's braking really hard. It's braking too hard in my opinion. The guy behind me was coming in really fast, so I had to take over. Okay, so here again, I got to a complete stop without putting my foot on the brake. But it is, you can see here on visualizations that it's actually showing the brakes being applied. So people behind me will actually see the brakes applied. But I'm not applying them on my foot. Okay, the only thing that's missing is we haven't seen any traffic cones, but I will try to show you how it behaves, how it does false positive with traffic cones, and so you can understand what the problem is. So here we go. In Switzerland, we have these small ILOs for pedestrians. So it's basically, so you might see one here. Here on the left, you'll see this little, here you see it shows up as a cone, but it's not a cone. And so this is something we have in Switzerland. I'm not sure if other countries around here have them. Let me know in the comments if other countries have them. And yeah, these are showing up as traffic cones, but they're not. But they do have reflective surfaces. And so we'll see. You'll probably see more of these as I'm driving around town. Yeah, there's one coming up down there. Depending on where I go, we might see them or not. Okay, now it's braking pretty hard, but I seem to be able to handle it just with regenerative braking, so this is really great. This is going to save the brakes a lot. Okay, let's go to the right here. And so here, does it find this as a traffic cone? No. Oh yes, it did. A little bit late though. Okay, so this concludes my quick review of the new update, 2019.36.2.1. I must say I'm pretty excited with this one. The performance update, pretty amazing. I mean, this car was already fast, and now it's even faster. Definitely very impressed that you could get so much more performance out of it. I was not expecting it, since the car had already got an update, 5% improvement when it was released, and now it's got another 5%. So that's almost 10% overall. So really amazing. Definitely even more fun. And the other really big improvement for me is this hold steering mode. It's weird to say steering or driving mode, but basically this changes the behavior of the car completely. It uses regenerative braking a lot more. It puts it in line also with some of its competition. Some competitors' cars have this feature, so I think Tesla is also doing this to have something similar. And so overall, I haven't tried the rest of the features yet, like the automated navigation. I'm not sure how useful that will be to me, at least for the moment. And I think I have seen some differences with the way it exits the highway. some improvements, some things that work less well, but overall it's less jerky. I think I've tried it a few more times, and I also have to check something because the last time I exited the highway, I was not on camera, but it seemed to do the lane change after the exit. Not after, of course, you're out of the highway, but just when you're still in the exit, you have a pre-selection to the left or to the right, and it seemed to have done it. I'll have to confirm this with more testing, but I wanted to get this video to you as quickly as possible. Hit the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button also if you want to get notified when I release a new video, and the notification bell, of course, also. Otherwise, you probably won't see it. And last but not least, if you would like to get one of these cars, I highly recommend you use a referral code. You'll get 1,500 kilometers of free supercharger electricity. And my referral code is always in the comments below. So thank you for using it if you're purchasing a car. Really appreciate it. And so that's it for this review. If you have any questions about the update, something I forgot to mention, or you want me to do more testing on something, please don't hesitate to use the comments below. I always react pretty quickly. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.